Good morning, YouTube. Let's get it. So this story. This is a strange story from back in the day. This story is about be careful who you allow in your house, especially if you don't know 'em. So one year, a friend of mine called me and said, "What you doing for your birthday?" I said, "No, I ain't doing nothing." They was like, "Okay, I'm gonna come take you out to dinner." So I go out to dinner. Oh, we have a wonderful time, just enjoying. I didn't sip at all at the time, so I had a little sip. It was the birthday. I could take 2 sips. So I enjoyed myself, and I really appreciated my friend coming to take me out to dinner. And so I get back home. In my driveway, I see some strange cars. I'm not thinking about nothing about it because I had a couple people renting some rooms or whatever. They was having some hard times, trying to be helpful. So when I get in the house, it's about 6 dudes that I don't know sitting in my living room. And then I look down on the floor, and the young lady who had rented a room was laid out on the floor, passed out. So I don't know if she's passed out from what. So I say, "What's going on up in here?" Right? They say, "Oh, we about to do her." I say, "What you mean you about to do her?" They talking about, "Well, we got her drunk and whatever and whatever." And I was like, "For real?" I'm cautioning them, but I'm kind of easing my way to the other side of the room so I can go down the hall in my bedroom. So I said, "So why would y'all do that?" I said, I wouldn't think that trying to get some from somebody that's passed out or drunk would be like enjoyable. I said, me and her pretty tight. What's up with that? And they was like, "Well, we'll take her outside." I said, "Well, no, she drunk, passed out. She can't go nowhere." And they said, "Well, we'll do you." I said, "Well, no, you won't be doing me." And hold on just a second. Now, remember I said I was easing my way around to the other side of the room, because as you come in the house, it's a closet, then you got a big living room. So as I'm talking to these fellas, it's 6 of them. They way bigger than me at this time. I'm all little. Well, right now I'm fat, but I was, better shape. But I'm skinny. I'm short. So I done eased my way around. So I said I'll be right back. Right. So I go in my room. Get one of them things, right? And I come out, I make them get buck naked, and I tell them, I said, "Everybody out. My birthday is in November." And I also told them, "Hey, hit them streets. Don't ever let me catch you back over here." I said, "And matter of fact, don't let me catch you in the street." I said, "Because y'all foul and wild. And if I hadn't came back here, this poor chick would have been violated." So that incident happened. So few years go by, right? My sister called me. She said, "Val, we playing cards tonight. We playing spades." I said, "Okay, Trey, I'm coming. I'm there, right? Because I love to play cards. I'm a big whiz. They was younger. They like spades. So I come, we everybody showing up. We having a good time. So this dude walk in. So I say to him, I say, "Dude," I kind of remember you from somewhere." I said, "I can't place it right now." I say, "But if you remember who I am, you should leave." I said, "Because this is not gonna be the spot for you." I said, but I don't know. I said, "I don't know if I know you in a good situation or a bad situation, because I know so many people, right?" So he was like, "Oh, you don't know me, woo, woo, woo." So we sitting there playing cards. All of a sudden, it hit me. I look across the table. the girl brother is actually my partner. So I tell him, I said, check this out. I told the dude again. I said, dog, if I was you, I'd leave right now, though. I said, because I know you from somewhere, and where it is, I don't know, but I ain't catching no good vibe from you. So now I done remembered it. I'm giving him opportunity to go ahead and go about his business, right? So I tell the girl's brother, I say, you know what? I said, I remember this dude. He the one tried to essay your sister at my house. He said, yeah, I remember that. This one of the dudes. I say, yeah. Y'all already know what happened after that. Because that was foul on his point. Now this is his sister his brother sitting right here. All my people around me. He done brought him a few boys with him. But that don't matter. You feel me? So, YouTube, we gonna cut that story off. People, ladies, watch who you bring in your house. Watch who you associate with. Watch who you drink with. Watch who you smoke with. Watch out who you talk with. Because people will smile in your face. You think they cool. You just out here doing your thing. You think everybody cool. Everybody ain't cool. That's just a life lesson for all the women. Don't get stuck in the crowd, a bunch of dudes by yourself, and you're laying yourself loose, being a loose chick, because things be happening to the loose chicks. Trust me, because guess what? That night, after that first incident happened, I told her, I said, check this out. I said, my son lives here. And then you brought these strangers that you don't even know into my house. I said, you can't even have company over here no more because that's a danger. I said, if I hadn't did what I did, they might have done us both. And we both be in a bad mental state. I said, so from now on, don't invite anybody to my house. And if you do, make sure they're vetted, through me. Because I'm not about to be having my peace of mind all jacked up, wondering and wishing who is who. Facebook, see, I said it again. This ain't Facebook. This is YouTube. YouTube, keep your heads up, like and subscribe, comment. I heard that some of my comments on some of my videos are off. I'm sorry about that, but we're going to try to make sure that from now on, we're not. We want you guys to comment, because some of these stories are interesting. We would like feedback. These are just some stories from my life experiences, from dealing with people, organizations, community, family, the whole 9 yards. Have a good day. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, even share. YouTube, later.